identifying information. Other trackers, like Wi-Fi sniffers, lie in wait on public Wi-Fi networks, intercepting and analyzing your phone's outbound communications. Since these trackers can be installed throughout a city, authorities can use them to map out a phone's movements. Let's say you post something online that the government finds incendiary. Police can go to social media companies and find out your username, phone number, and your device ID. They can then look up that device ID to see what the trackers have captured. This way, police can find out where you've been and where they might be able to find you. These trackers can also exploit weak security practices and might be able to screen the apps you've installed. And those apps can say a lot about you. For example, police from a county in Guangdong bought phone trackers and hope they can use them to detect which phones have a Uyghur to Chinese dictionary app. Users of the app are likely part of the Uyghur ethnic minority, a group that is heavily surveilled and oppressed by the government. In 2019, a New York Times journalist walked around a city in Xinjiang where most Uyghurs live. There, he found 38 Wi-Fi sniffers in just one neighborhood. We traced one of the earliest phone tracker purchases to Shandong province in 2015. 7 years later, according to our analysis, all 31 of mainland China's provinces and regions have them. Phone trackers are powerful tools on their own, but here's what happens when you combine them with other data. These are internal product presentations we obtained from Megvii, one of China's biggest surveillance contractors. Megvii's technology compiles various types of personal data from mobile devices, cameras, and other sources. Megvii told The Times its aim is to make communities safer and not, quote, about monitoring any particular group or individual. But this product is already being used by authorities and can display a person's movements, clothing, vehicles, mobile device information, and social connections. It shows us the type of dossier that authorities could generate for anyone. But we found that the pursuit of your personal data goes even further, to the biology of what makes you who you are. This is the next frontier of surveillance in China. The government is actively collecting voice prints, iris scans, and DNA samples from its people, and maintains that the primary use of this material is to track criminals. Chinese media often promote these efforts, but the documents repeatedly show that police are gathering troves of material from everyday citizens too. Like in the city of Zhongshan, here a document reveals that police are adding devices to record audio from at least a 300-foot radius around their street cameras. The document outlines their plan to use voice recognition software to analyze the audio and add people's voice prints to a database. The police hope that combining voice recognition systems with facial recognition cameras will help them identify targets faster. But since your voice, much like your appearance, alters over time, our investigation shows Chinese authorities are starting to collect personal identifiers that are less likely to change over time, such as iris patterns. One document reveals that in Xinjiang, where millions of Uyghurs live, a government contractor built a database that can hold iris samples of up to 30 million people, enough to cover Xinjiang's entire population. We discovered this same contractor is now building large iris databases across the rest of the country. Documents show that the Chinese government is collecting another type of sensitive biometric data from broad segments of the population: DNA from men. Authorities can use genetic tracing to catalog entire generations of men, so a database built today will be useful far into the future. China says it uses these genetic databases to solve crimes. Criminal investigations around the world also rely on genetic information for the same reason. Y chromosome DNA is passed down from father to son. Given a genetic sample from an unknown male suspect, investigators can compare the man's Y DNA to samples already present in their databases. A match indicates a relationship along paternal lines.
If you come this far, continue to watch. You will not believe it. Keep watching it.